space here. Drop this down a little bit. Where is everybody? I should bring the computer over here. Where is everyone? Maybe I can watch the... There I am. There I am. A little bit of a lag. Well, I will wait to see who shows up. Well, I will wait to see who shows up. Well, wait to see who shows up. One watching now, but that's me. Is there? Oh, is there somebody here, or is this me? Because I'm watching on the computer too. Oh, is there somebody here, or is this me? Because I'm watching. Hello. I'll get started here pretty quick. Stay or go, whatever you want to do. We'll be talking about elderberries. I kind of wrote out a script to sort of keep me on track, but and so I can take notes. Hopefully some people start to engage and ask questions. So I want to introduce myself. Also, what's my script say? Hi everyone, welcome to today's live session. We'll be exploring the potential health benefits of elderberries. I promise I won't read off this thing the whole time. While research suggests elderberries may support immune health, heart health, and inflammation, they're not a cure replacement for medical treatment. That's kind of a disclaimer. So I don't know how many of you guys used AI or ChatGTP, but I put some ideas into it, and then I had it spit me out a script. And then I went through and changed, I wrote the script, but then I had ChatGTP bounce it off of YouTube's community guidelines. So hopefully, I know some of these platforms get a little sticky when you talk about health benefits of anything. So we'll try to try not to get kicked off the live here. But if anybody has any questions, how are you? I'm good. What's the topic? Elderberries. All about elderberries. We're going to talk about, why people should eat elderberries, health benefits of them, and we can kind of go anywhere you want with elderberries. The script, it's just kind of a set of notes so I can stay on track. I thought, sometimes I get on here and I'll go live while I'm bottling syrup. We make elderberry syrup. We make do-it-yourself kits. We have dehydrated berries. Now we're making a really good tea blend, and then we infuse elderberry into raw honey. So everything we do is elderberry based. So anyway, I'll start this off. And don't forget to like and subscribe, or I forget. On some other platforms, like, follow, and share. On YouTube, it's like and subscribe and share the live. Let everybody know. So we make everything. We have an elderberry farm. We grow elderberries and elderflowers, and we make, right now, we're still kind of a new company, but we've been doing this for a few years. We have At the end of this planting season, we'll have 5 acres of elderberries planted. We make 2 flavors of elderberry syrup. This is for like immune support. Serving size is a tablespoon. People take it to help boost their immune system. There's a lot of antioxidants in elderberries, so people take it for that as well. Helps with inflammation, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we started our farm in 2021, and it just kind of. I used to be a corporate safety director, and this just kind of took off. And last year, well, it would have been December of 23, I made a decision. Yes, absolutely, it's a supplement, and that's how we have a supplement label on the back of it, because that's kind of how it's designed. You take a tablespoon at a time, and the dosing of ours is in line with a lot of the. I brought my drink out. Oh, there it is. Our dosing is in line with the research studies that show for the health benefits of elderberries. So yeah, thanks. It's a good question. Do you make Oxymel? Hopefully Alex is still here. I missed that question. I actually have I have wine going right now made with honey, if that's what you mean by Oxymel. And some people call syrup Oxymel, so I guess I want to make sure I understand what you mean by Oxymel. When I think Oxymel, I think like mead with fruit in it. And I actually have 2 5-gallon, well, one's 6 gallons and one's 5 gallons. My intent is not to end up with an Oxymel, is to end up with vinegar. I'm going to start making elderberry vinegar and elderberry fire cider. What made you get into this? So, in 2020, during that big health event that, we're not allowed to say on social media, I was working from home, so I had a lot of time. I was corporate safety director. My company was pretty much shut down, but not completely. And it's not really good optics to lay off your safety managers, so I got to work from home, and they didn't want people in the plants and everything anyway. So anyway, I didn't really like what I was hearing from the government on how to stay healthy through that whole thing, and I thought there's got to be a better way than this, and I just came across elderberries. I just Googling it, searching it up on the old interweb there, and came up with elderberry. We started making it and did the trick for us, and we really liked it. So we started making it for friends and family, and sharing it with people, and every person we gave it to loved it. They wanted more. They shared it with somebody who wanted, and it just kind of grew through word of mouth, and it got to the point I was making it on my kitchen stove, and I got to where I couldn't make any more on my kitchen stove at home. It's like, I just kind of ran out of time and space, and so somebody's like, well, why don't you go to the Legion, and they have a small commercial kitchen there. You can. So I did that. I bought a bigger pot, and I bought some equipment, and then it kind of took off, and I kind of outgrew the American Legion kitchen, and found out that there was another commercial kitchen close to me that was big enough, and so we bought some bigger pots and some bottling equipment and stuff, and started using that. And I mean, I was kind of the underground. I'm in northern Minnesota, near Bemidji, Minnesota, about an hour and a half or so from Canada. So we started. I was making it, and in the beginning, I wasn't licensed or inspected or anything. Of course, I was making it in a facility that was licensed and inspected, and I was following all the rules. But it kind of got to a point to where it was like, I should get licensed. So I went out and I got some training for acidified foods and safe food management and all that stuff, general good practices. I forget what it's called, GMP training. And I got licensed, and so now we're a licensed wholesale food manufacturer that makes this stuff. So yeah. Thanks. Good question. That's a good question. So elderberries. What? Yep. Got all the certs. And right now we work. This shop is kind of storage and packaging and stuff like that. We keep all the ingredients here. We keep everything we need here, and then we make it. We make everything we make in a commercial kitchen that we rent. It's about 6 or 7 miles from my house. And it's kind of a hassle now. We're getting to where this is my full-time job and my wife's full-time job now. We both quit our jobs and just do this. So we are building a facility on the farm that'll be big enough to do everything we need, and hopefully, I'm hoping this year if we can get that going. Our builder's supposed to start working on it this summer. We can get that operational the end of this summer, early fall. I'm hoping to hire an employee so that we can grow a little bit. Because right now, my wife and I are kind of tapped out. We're doing as much as we can do. Yeah, absolutely. Everything's. we use so we're not certified organic, but we use a lot of organic. The berries are organic, the ginger is organic, the cloves are organic. So we have 2 flavors. Let me back up. This is our elixir flavor. This one has ginger, cloves, and Ceylon cinnamon, along with the elderberry juice and honey. Ours is about 65% elderberry juice, about 35% honey. There's really no such thing as organic honey. There's some people that say their honey is organic, but it's kind of an assumption because you can't really tell the bees where to go. In a lot of counties, spray ditches where there might not be anything but organic farms around, but the roads get sprayed, the ditches get sprayed, there's all sorts of stuff. So there's really no such thing as organic honey. The ginger and cloves are organic, and then the Ceylon cinnamon that we use comes from Sri Lanka, and it's not certified organic, but I've talked to the growers or the harvesters, and they say that it's not sprayed with anything. So we try to make everything as high quality, as health conscious as possible. This is a true premium product. Everything we do, I buy the best ingredients when I have to buy ingredients. I grow it the best way I can grow it. Yep. We are not kind of a discount brand or we want to give good quality products at reasonable prices. So yeah. So what are elderberries? So this says, so elderberries are, they come from Sambucus nigra. So there's a bunch of different types of elderberries. There's the 2 main types that people would encounter are European black elderberries and American black elderberries. One of the main differences is European elderberries have cyanogenic glycosides in them. They can give you stomach ache if you eat them raw, and I think that's, and if you've heard anything about elderberries, they can make you sick or they're poison if they're raw. It's kind of a much to do about nothing. I have European elderberries growing on my farm, and I eat them off of the bush, and I don't notice anything. There's only one documented instance of anybody getting sick from elderberries, and it's from like 1984, and it's because the people made tea out of the leaves and the bark and the berries, and they just didn't cook it enough because they do have cyanogenic glycosides in them, and it's in higher amounts in the woody parts. Now when you're talking about American elderberries, they don't have any of the glycosides in the fruit or the seeds, so you can eat those right off the bush. The thing is, elderberry as a fresh fruit right off the bush isn't the most wonderful tasting fruit. It's kind of bitter. It's not very sweet at all. Its power comes when either you bake it into something and sweeten it. It really needs a sweetener. I know people don't want to have a lot of sugar, but it really tones it out. So traditionally used in herbal medicines really across the world. People have been using elderberries for thousands of years. So yeah, it's one of those things, and I remember during the 2020 time, people said it could cause cytokine storms and stuff like that. A lot of that was debunked, and it was really just kind of an effort to vilify elderberries so people wouldn't do this and they would do what they were supposed to do. Packed with vitamins and minerals. A lot of the product you get in a bottle, elderberries on the bush have a lot of vitamin C, but it's the way I understand it when I was talking to the researchers is it's in a delicate form. So by the time you you bottle it. It doesn't have a lot of vitamin C in it, but it is very high in antioxidants, anthocyanins, retinol, quercetin, isoquercetin, the whole bouquet of antioxidant chemical compounds, or natural compounds. Anthocyanins, the blue fruit chemicals that are really good for your heart, really good for your blood pressure, inflammation, brain health. There's a lot of studies going on with elderberries in regard to brain health right now that are showing a lot of promise. Anybody have any questions? So how do you use elderberries? I kind of hit on this a little bit earlier, but but you can eat them fresh, even though people tell you not to. I do. They just don't taste the best that way. You can make jams or jellies out of it, but when you're making elderberry, you think if you're just eating it to have pie, great. Cook it, bake it, whatever. Jams, jellies. But if you're looking at preserving health benefits of elderberry, you don't want to cook it as long, and you don't want it to get as high a temperature, right? So I wouldn't ever boil elderberries unless, again, you're just wanting for flavor. If you're trying to preserve the health benefits, time and temperature. So you want to keep it as low as possible, and you want to keep it there as short a period of time as possible. The antioxidants they're finding through more and more research they're starting to do, that the antioxidants in elderberries are pretty durable, meaning they can withstand some heat and some time. Whereas in the past, it used to be thought that they were pretty perishable, and that any heat and anything would kind of diminish them pretty quickly. But they're finding through new research that they're pretty durable. So you get, even though we have to heat this in a kettle to 180 degrees and then bottle it, it's still jam-packed with those antioxidants. So I need to get my drink. One second. Look at that, I'm back. So yeah, you can make jams, jellies, pies. Most of the time for immune support is what people take this for, anti-inflammation, that kind of stuff. Syrup is the number one. Sorry, I had a brain pause there. Syrup is how most people consume it. You can also make an elderberry juice that's unsweetened. The problem with that is it's really a really strong taste, and it's an acquired taste, unsweetened. It's a lot for your palate to handle. I've started making elderberry capsules that hopefully will be on the website pretty soon. Where did it go? Where'd my line go? Gummies. So gummies aren't my favorite because a lot of the gummies you find commercially, to make an elderberry gummy shelf stable, you've got to kind of put a lot of other stuff in there. I have some ideas and I'm working on some stuff, but to get it to scale up, I don't know. So it might be a little while for us to have gummies. But I did research. I looked at dozens of elderberry gummy companies out there, and I found that you'd have to take about 20 to 30 gummies to get what's in 1 tablespoon of this, and that's just because a lot of the gummies just don't have a lot of elderberry in them. So syrup is the biggest one. Shrub is a mixture of syrup and apple cider vinegar or any type of vinegar. We're working on now making vinegar from elderberry juice to make 2 different things. I'd like to start making elderberry vinegar. I think that'll be a really good addition to our product line. But also fire cider. A lot of people are into fire cider right now, and everybody and their brother is making it with apple cider vinegar, which is wonderful. But I thought, since we're an elderberry company, I'd make fire cider with elderberry vinegar. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Gummies, extracts. A lot of people tinctures. We don't make a tincture. I might at some point, but the thing about tinctures is there's just not as much research on the tinctures, and I just don't know how I would quantify what's in there. And then there's a couple of different ways to do tinctures. You can do an alcohol extraction or an oil extraction, or you can do both, and that's, I forget what that turns into. Is that an oxymel? That's no, hydrosol. That's what that's called. So I that might do something like that down the line. We're kind of running out of time and space here anyway. But tinctures, I just don't know enough about them and how to extract them, so I've got to do a little more research on that. But a lot of people like tinctures. I just don't like. A lot of people use really bad alcohol to make the tinctures too. So when you put it in your mouth, it's like ah. We take what is it? Rhodelia. I think that's what it's called. Rhodelia, out of Alaska. That I like the stuff. My wife likes the stuff, but it tastes like it's horrible. But it's really good for you. Helps with cortisol, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get this. Anyway, any questions on you can also incorporate this stuff into your life. You can use the juice or the syrup to make sauces, marinades. I make a vinaigrette. Oh, it's phenomenal. My script says scientific insight. University of Missouri highlights growing interest in elderberries for medicinal use. So a lot of people are getting really interested in elderberries, and there's a few people that are really pushing elderberries. I think I am a pretty heard voice on social media, and I'll continue to do that and educate people. I make a product and I sell a product, but I like to be, and there's a lot of people doing what I'm doing, but I like to be as transparent as I can. I have tons and tons of videos about how we make our syrup, the benefits, out at the farm, all that stuff. I want to get people to understand, look, I would love for you to buy my elderberry syrup, but I understand that some people want to buy it locally or want to buy it from somebody else. I can't supply enough product to supply everybody in the country anyway. One of my main goals is to get people to understand what good elderberry syrup is, to buy good elderberry syrup that supports good farmers, that creates a good. We're kind of, as far as elderberry in America, we're on the ground floor. It's kind of, I mean, it's been around for a long time, but it really hasn't been that popular or that understood. So my goal is to educate people as much as possible so that they can understand as much about elderberries as possible, so they can make good choices to identify. Because there's a lot of people that make elderberry syrup that just water it down. They make it for a penny a bottle and sell it for 20-30 bucks a bottle and just make a bunch of money. Making good syrup is expensive. It's a lot of work, and so I want to make sure people understand how to get good syrup, because what I don't want is I don't want people to be turned off to elderberry syrup because they had a bad bottle or they got a really weak watered down bottle and they're like, yeah, this doesn't do anything for me. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of research going on in both universities of Minnesota, universities of North Carolina, but the big research, most of the research going on in regards to elderberries is in Missouri at the University of Missouri. Fun fact, I am traveling to Columbia, Missouri, to attend an international elderberry symposium. Every year, it used to be a company called River Hills Harvest. They've turned it over to the University of Missouri to organize the event, and it's an exposition or a conference for elderberry growers, value-added products, people, stuff like that, to get together and listen to researchers talk about elderberries, growers talk about growing elderberries, and look at new products in the elderberry world, anywhere from value-added products like this to machinery to help grow, harvest, and process elderberries better. I'm really excited about that. I just got my hotel reservation today, or was it yesterday? I'll probably buy my flight here in a couple of days, and then in June we'll be going to that. So look forward to some good content from that, because I'm going to have this camera rolling. So if you're at all interested in elderberries, you're in a good place. Like my stuff, subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna start doing a lot more informational. I know what we do right now. Sorry, it's hard to. It's really dry. I live in northern Minnesota. It's like 5 degrees outside, and I think in here the humidity is at 10%. So talking for a long time really dries up my throat. No. Anywho, so potential health benefits. Again, I want to say the disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a researcher. I'm just an elderberry farmer that makes some of the best elderberry syrup you'll ever get your hands on. This information is not meant to diagnose or cure any diseases or illnesses. Disclaimers out of the way. Immune system support. So elderberry has been proven to support your immune system, and so there's a lot of misinformation about that. People say it boosts your immune system or jacks it up or whatever, and then some people say you should be careful with that because if you have immune issues, it could overactivate. And so this is the one thing I will say: if you have any concerns about anything medically, talk to your physician. Get with a physician that understands natural medicine as well as conventional medicine, and have that discussion with them so you feel comfortable and confident with anything you want to take. But so elderberry works as more of an immunomodulator, meaning it's not gonna put high octane fuel in your immune system and make it go woo and work harder, faster, better. What it's going to do is it's going to help your immune system modulate the decisions it makes. Your immune system sometimes causes you to raise your temperature so that you fight off certain things that are sensitive to temperature, or lower your temperature, or inflame or reduce inflammation. And elderberry helps your body modulate those decisions so it makes them better, basically. So whereas something invades your body and sends your immune system can overreact on its own. This will help your body make the right decisions, if that makes sense. Rich in vitamin C, as I said, most of the time, by the time this gets elderberry gets into a bottle, there's not a lot of vitamin C in there. There's a lot of antioxidants. Antioxidants are very durable. The vitamin C isn't. Elderberry is also, when you're ill, zinc is a really good thing for your immune system. Your immune system burns a lot of zinc when you're ill. Elderberry and zinc needs a carrier. I always say zinc needs a buddy. And there's a couple of different things out there that work really good to help zinc activate in your body. Elderberry is one of them. Elderberry is a phenomenal carrier for zinc in your body. And vitamin C is always a good choice when you're not feeling well. Some studies suggest elderberry extract may reduce severity and duration of cold and flu symptoms. So there's actually more and more growing evidence or research showing that. You can look at the National Institute of Health has some. University of Missouri. There's a webpage called Advancing Elderberry. You can just Google that in if you're at all interested. That's a good place. It's kind of a newer website. They haven't put as much time into it as I would have liked, but it's out of the University of Missouri, where a lot of that good research is happening. And as they get there, as they get new research, new events and stuff, they start to feed it in there. But I think the website's only about 6 months old or a year old at most. So Journal of International Medicine in 2004 found that elderberry extract helped flu symptoms more quickly than placebo. Basically, they gave two groups of people, one got some purple juice and one got elderberry, and the people with elderberry, according to this research in the Journal of International Medicine, the elderberry group got better faster. But people have been taking it for, again, this is not new. This isn't some, risky or anything like that. People have literally been taking elderberry for thousands of years for health and wellness. So, any questions? Any questions out there? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let everybody share this live out so everybody can see it. I want to take a second to go through some of the products we have. We have 2 forms of elderberry syrup. I don't have our other one up there, but I can talk about it. Both of our elderberry syrups use the same base recipe. About 65% elderberry juice, about 35% honey. You get 9.5 grams of elderberry per serving. And if you look at the supplement label on the back, if you go on our website, you can see that better. You get 9.5 grams of elderberry per serving. A lot of the ones you'll find commercially in the store or whatever, in your boutiques downtown, they'll have a fraction of that. Between 1 and 3 grams per serving. A lot of times they'll express that number in milligrams, so it looks bigger. 3,000 milligrams is 3 grams. But we have 9.5 grams of elderberry per serving, so you're getting your money. If you like to make elderberry syrup yourself, we have a do-it-yourself kit. For the real professional, we have dehydrated elderberries by the pound. And now we have a tea kit. I call this my anti-inflammatory tea. It's really good. It's got white tea, elderberries, hibiscus, orange peel, and mint. It's really good. And then we also have, I don't have any made right now, but we have elderberry, I have a lot of this. Elderberry infused honey. We take freeze-dried elderberry juice, mixing it with our honey. This stuff's really good. Raw honey, great for your allergies. Just a really good way to sweeten stuff. And then we also have an elder flower infused honey. That stuff's really good. The flowers have even more health benefits than the berries do. Heart health. Elderberries have anthocyanins in them. Anthocyanins may support healthy cholesterol levels and blood pressure. And this, I've done a little reading on this as well. And this has, so it's not like, you go to the doctor, it gives you a drug that lowers your blood pressure. Elderberries, like they do for the immune system, they're a modulator. So they will help your bodily system that reduces blood pressure. It will help it do that better. Not by specifically saying, an interactive molecule is not going to drop your blood pressure. It's going to support your body's function that regulates that process, whether it's your blood pressure. It's also really good. Elderberries can help modulate blood sugar. I have a lot of customers that are type 2 diabetics that swear by this. I have a friend. He and his doctor did a study. They took a tablespoon of this every day for 30 days, and he saw really positive results. Help maintain proper blood vessel function and circulation. A 2019 study in nutrients linked elderberries with cardiovascular and health improvements. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties. Need a drink again. Again, you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to check out my website when we're done here. Go check that out. The link is in our profile. Watch our shorts, videos, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm an elderberry farmer. My name is Ben. I live in northern Minnesota. I have 5 acres of elderberries planted. We have been doing this we started I guess we planted our first plants, a couple of plants at the house in 2020. We started making our first bottles of elderberry syrup in 2020. So I guess we're into this for about 5 years now, or 4, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But yeah, if you have any questions about elderberries, you've come to the right place. I think I have a lot of knowledge, and I'm connected with a lot of people that are on the forefront of elderberry cultivation, harvesting, and product making. So yeah. Polyphenols in elderberries help to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, which may support joint and skin health. Polyphenols are phenomenal. Polyphenols, anthocyanins, those are those blue fruit compounds. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, like they say. that make, the darker the berry is, the more anthocyanins, polyphenols, retinols, quercetin, all those antioxidant group chemicals. The darker the berry, the richer they are. So blood pressure, blood sugar, allergies, inflammation, immune support. Elderberry is just phenomenal with all that stuff. So safe usage of elderberries. So here's the disclaimer. Raw elderberries contain toxins such as cyanogenic glycosides, which can be harmful if consumed or cooked. Search that up. There's really not. It's really a little. It's a lot to do about nothing. I eat them right off the bush and I'm fine. Both the European and the American. I think it maybe if you were to juice, if you were to drink a whole bottle of fresh juice right off the bush, if you were to take the berries and juice them, you could probably get sick. But I've eaten a handful of berries off of European elderberries before, and to no ill effects. So. We talked about that. Elderberry syrup, elderberry tea. We are going to start making, we make tallow too, whipped tallow. Elderflower infused whipped tallow is phenomenal for your skin. High in vitamins A, B, E, and K, linoleic and oleic acid. Elderflower is really, really high in antioxidants as well, and the tallow is a really good vehicle for that to your body. So, any questions? Anybody there's? Let's see. Nope, that wasn't me. I was just trying to see if I was. Is somebody here? Say hi to me. Oh, let's get back to me. Anyway, so if anybody's got any questions, the question and answer part, we're almost done with the live. But if you have any questions about elderberries, let me know. You can message me on any one of our videos or DM me, whatever. I'll answer questions about how to make it, how to take it, benefits, how to grow it. I am your one-stop shop elderberry information guy. Final thoughts. So elderberries can be a valuable part of your health and wellness routine. My personal view is everybody should have some elderberry in their cupboard. You never know when you're going to need it. It can be used as a cyclical as you need it kind of thing. If people around you are starting to, get ill, you want to, take a little more precaution for your immune system. Or I have a lot of people that take it daily. For brain health, for antioxidants as a supplement, for inflammation, that kind of stuff. Always ensure elderberry products are processed properly for safety. And we can talk more about that if anybody wants to talk about that. But basically, make sure you're not eating the woody parts, the stems, the leaves, the roots, that kind of stuff. That's where you get into trouble with elderberries. The fruit and the berries, when you consume them in a heated juice, you're good to go. If you have any questions about elderberries, or you have any concerns about whether they'll be okay for you health-wise, consult your physician. Make sure you're talking to a physician that understands natural medicine as well as conventional medicine. Tell them what you want to do and ask them if there's any concerns about your personal health issues. Like I said, 99.9% of people are just fine. It's just juice. Really? So it's got a lot of powerful properties to it, but in the end, it's just juice. As far as reactivity to the body and everything. That being said, some people do have issues. So if you think you might be one of them, talk to your doctor. So here's the action step, right? Here's the end of the deal. Try some elderberry, whether it's mine or somebody else. Go out there and get some elderberry. We sell it online, so you can check it on our website. Our link is in our profile. and give it a shot. Whether you want to try some syrup, some tallow for your hands. It's like a hand lotion. That stuff's phenomenal. The tea, the honey, anything we got, give it a shot. Let me know what you think. So like, share, and subscribe. That's kind of all I got for this live. Maybe I'll start doing more of these. Have a good day.